To add materials in bulk to your catalog, go to the admin portal by selecting on the corresponding link at the top right of your design dashboard. Herein, select catalog and then select finishes, and then preferably select the category in which you want to bulk add these finishes. Let's say I want to add more than one laminate at a time. I select laminate and then I click on bulk actions in the top right. Herein, I click on bulk create, and now ensure that you select the correct category, in which case is finishes. Once there, select the category to which you want to bulk add these multiple finishes. In this case, I will navigate to the laminate heading, and now in order to add the SKUs, select the plus icon at the very right. You can see headers such as subcategory, group, SKU name, thickness, material info, etc., to which it is compulsory to add any value in order for the publication to be valid. Only the headers with the asterisk against their names are compulsory to add a value to. For subcategory, the first header, you can either select the plus icon to add a new subcategory, or you can click on select a subcategory to select from the ones already available. In this case, I can add wood grain. I do so by clicking on the circle against it. To select a group, click on the group field under the group header, and you can either select from the ones already available, or preferably select on the add icon against it to add a new group to avoid confusion. Herein you can type in the name of the preferred material. You can type in the group name and order and select add. Then type in the required SKU name. In this case, I already have some laminates saved for this very purpose, which in this case is Cerulean wood. You can type in the description if you want, but it is not compulsory. You can add a thickness of preferably 1 mm, and you can even choose from the model number, brand, and sales channels, etc. To add the actual material, select on the upload option under material info, and herein you will be presented with the properties of the would be material. For solid colors, go to the base header and in the from drop down menu, set it as color, and you can choose the required color here from the RGB, HSL, or hex code, or even select a color of your choice by clicking within the rectangle. However, if you want to add texture, select the from drop down menu and click on texture and select upload against that. Herein you can select the name of the material that you want to add and then click on open, and you'll be getting the preview of the same. Herein you can determine the texture width and height of the same, among other properties such as reflective, refractive, transparency, and emissive properties. You can even select the type of material template for the same. Once done, you can click on Save Changes. And lastly, the last mandatory field to fill is the sales channel. Select the field under that and select the sales channels that you want to add this to. Herein you can determine the price, including the margin, tax, etc., but it is not compulsory. Once you have filled these fields, you can proceed to do the same with the other materials as well. After adding each row, You have the option of selecting the three dot button against that particular row, and herein you have the option to either reset, duplicate the row, or delete it. To reset this row's properties to its default value, select Reset Row, and you can see all the field values have been emptied. To duplicate this row and its values, once again click on the three dot button and select Duplicate Row, and you can type in the required SKU name. The SKU will then be added to the same group of its parent row. To delete this row, select the three dot button once again against this row and select Delete. Once you have added the materials, you have the option of saving this as a draft or publishing it. To save it as a draft so that you can revisit this later and perhaps add more materials, click on Save as Draft. Once done, you can close it. In the window that appears, confirm that you want to save your changes as a draft by selecting Yes. To revisit this draft, go to the laminate header or whichever header against which you have added these in bulk and select Edit Draft. Herein you will see the table which you have edited. You can select Edit against its name. Herein you can either add more materials or you can publish these to the catalog. In order to publish these particular materials, select the checkbox against the rows that you want to publish and then click on the Publish button at the bottom right. A window will appear asking you to confirm if you want to export a copy of this published file as a JSON file that you can later upload and add to in the future. To export this copy, ensure that you select the checkbox against the Export the copy of published file and select Confirm. You can see at the top right, the published SKUs will be published as a JSON file. If you want to add this JSON file again, you can select any category including laminate and you can select Import File. Here you can click on Import JSON and you can select this particular file and select Open. To ensure that you are on the JSON file format, just ensure that you are in the correct file type in the drop down menu in your browser. Select Open and click on Next, and you will once again be presented with this file in the format that is editable. However, if you don't want to make any changes to this, you can directly close this and check your catalog to see if your laminates have been added. We go to Finishes, select Laminate, and go to the category in which you have added them. And now, if I were to type, for example, you, you can see that under mica, the SKU named Serious Wood has been added. And if I typed in the name of the heritage SKU, you can see that this has been added as well.